overall, with the World Cup in mind, what I've learned recently in how we prepare is we can't just play top 10 opposition. A World Cup, particularly with 32 teams, is going to have, those 20 plus ranked teams. And so we'll be periodising that across the next 3 years. And these tours are, you look at New Zealand, that's a perfect fit for what we could get. And we know we often get New Zealand in a major tournament, and they always give us a great game. So it's a really fitting starting point. So details to be finalised, but we're definitely looking to, get these players East Coast and West Coast. All 22 players, I think, deservedly will be, at the celebration tour and available for selection, which is fantastic. And I think, the jigsaw pieces moving forward will, I'm leaving veteran players to make the right decision at the right time. There's no pressure from my standpoint. But what I would say is I've had some really positive conversations in the last couple of days with some veterans who have got a real thirst to push forward. So I think for us, we're in a great space where, there'll be new blood and new talent that enter the program, but there'll also be some great experience still available for this team, which is really, really exciting. It'll allow us to get the right blend to go and compete at another major tournament. What I learned very quickly is this country loves this team. That's the first thing I would say. No matter where you go, everybody tells you the story about how they got their kids up, in the early hours and watched this team consistently throughout the tournament, not just in the big moments. So it makes you feel loved, and like I say, in front of fans, to do it live will be really special. I think it's been a busy period, and success does make you busier, and it's a good thing. I think straight away we've moved on to the technical staff looking to the next 3 years and how we sustain this success. Don't just make this a one-off moment. Let's make sure we conquer the World Cup, and then in 2024 go and get on the podium again.
Well, firstly, we actually traveled back mid preseason or towards the end of preseason. So a lot of our teammates, they were kind of off in the summer. Most of them are playing in Europe. And so they were in preseason and just kind of on a different schedule. So being back, it was really cool to see the support. And even throughout the tournament, a lot of players and staff were messaging, encouraging us, saying that they're watching the game. And in the final, there was 4 of us playing, 3 from Canada and then 1 on Sweden. So it was cool to see that many of us being a part of the Olympic journey and then making it to the final. But yeah, just the reception of the teammates and just the club in general has been great. And I think it just added another boost of confidence for myself and for the other Canadians that are here with me. And you could see it on the field. It's really cool because I know it's been a long time coming, a lot of hard work put in. And so just to finally reach that, this moment, it's really going to make a big difference for soccer in this nation. Whether it's the young players on the national team, but even beyond that within the youth systems, or just young people that are looking to play at the next level or just want to be inspired. I do feel that urge to want to push forward with this team. And so, yeah, I definitely think that this gold medal has sparked and again, a new interest, being back-to-back bronze medalist, creating history that in itself, that helped me want to play professionally, want to represent my country. And so I would imagine that winning a gold medal is doing the same for all of the young people that were watching us, that witnessed the games and witnessed us winning gold medals. So yeah, I think this is a massive step. I think it's pretty evident when looking at us in games when we perform. There is a fighting spirit, and I feel like that just stems from off the field, our team connection. We know when to work hard, but we know when to enjoy. and there's a great balance on our team. We have a lot of personality, a lot of characters, and I feel like it just makes the journey that much more fun, better, especially in a major tournament. There's a lot of challenges, and especially with the protocols, things are very strict, but we always found a way to be creative and to just be present and enjoy the moment. And so, yeah, it just resonates onto the field. And I just think that anyone that's watching, especially Canadians, you can really see how much we do care for each other and how much we want to fight for one another. And that definitely was a difference maker that helped us win the gold medal.
One of the main reasons we got gold was, for the first time, I felt this team had unbelievable depth and we used it. And that's credit to the system that's produced a lot of the players that stood up in big moments in that tournament. I think when you talk about the type of player, I think some of the things that Ash has just said there around the character and the Canadian grit, we absolutely can't lose that. But I think, you know, the players coming through, you will see there's a technical ability that's there, and you know, that'll allow us to keep pushing, to be more creative, score more goals in the future. It's been well talked about. We felt it in the Olympics that we do need to be a team that scores more goals. I think we're a much harder team to beat now, but we've got to also put the ball in the back of the net more often. And I think players coming through who can do that, or the creativity on the ball, is going to unlock opposition defence. So I wouldn't say there's a particular type, but I think what you are seeing is Canada in its youth system is producing more and more technical players that you know, will help us sustain success in the future. The evolution would be that we've come from one type of tournament and we're going to a totally different tournament in the World Cup. And I think, you know, in some of the reflections of how we prepare for that major tournament might look very different to how we prepare for an Olympic Games, in terms of days between games, you know, the periodization of that, how we deliver to the players. That's one element of the evolution. I think, yeah, secondly, will be how we adapt and how other teams start to figure us out. Because, again, I've already said it, when you win, I think people take note and they'll be really thorough in how they prepare to play Canada. So I think, to answer your question, I think you'll see some tactical adaptations. Some of that will be depending on the players that are available. But we have to evolve, and we have to, you know, try and keep getting the best out of our best players. You know, Ashley's on this call here. How do we get Ashley Lawrence delivering world-class crosses more often? These are the sorts of questions that I have to ask myself, so that our world-class players can be world-class for Canada, which you've seen in the summer Ashley was. So, yeah, don't have all the answers right now. I think come January onwards, that'll start to be really clear with the player pool. And over the next few months, you know, assessing that wider player pool, as well as these celebration tours, will set us on that journey now towards the World Cup in 2024. If you ask me as the coach and you ask the players, they might give different answers, because, you know, the train doesn't stop in my mind, in the sense of we've got to push forward to what we've got ahead of us. But at the same time, it's a really special moment. And I think the 22 players that went and did what they did deserve to enjoy that moment. I think what I'll look to do is bring in some additional players around the 22, but absolutely this tour is for those players to enjoy and celebrate their well-deserved victory. But, you know, I won't hide from the fact that I'm constantly thinking about, you know, what next and how we achieve that. I think, I think the tactical changes will come post this celebration tour for sure.